Hey, g'day everybody, it's Matt here from Matt Carbs. Hope you're going well. We are going to have a look at bears today. I'm just going to check if I am recording. I've got my other phone here. Just checking. Can never find what I want. Right. Okay, live. Right, are we recording? So hard to say, tell. Okay. View channel. Says we are live. We will have a look. Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is recording or not yet, or I mean, like, my mic is working. If anyone can in the chat, let me know. Right, so today we're going to have a look at burrs. And hello, Matt. Just finished the mushroom video. Oh, cool. Cheers, Josh. Hey, Josh. Can you hear me on this video? I'm just seeing if the video audio is working. Can hear you fine. Awesome. Right. Okay, that's awesome. So yeah, today we're going to talk about burrs a little bit. I might cover flower or something and just explain the burrs as we go along. But just ask me any questions you want. I'm the ear guy. Cool. Yeah, I'm not carving an ear today. I'm carving a flower. So one day I will carve an ear. So just trying to work out just get the technical things sorted out. Hope everyone is going well. Oh, here we go. See, what I do is I try and have this phone going as well, and so I can see, and I will turn that volume down, otherwise I get an echo. Yeah, I'm not going to carve an ear. Too hard. One day I'll carve an ear. Right, okay, so essentially burrs, I'm not sure, we'll just go into the basics of burrs at the moment. Okay, I kind of think you have three kinds of burrs. You have your general kind of Kutzall burr. Everyone is familiar with that one there. This is the Kutzall flame burr. It's really good for kind of blocking out and all that kind of stuff. And then you have a cutter burr. That's a Dremel cutter burr. You can sort of see why they're called cutter burrs is because they have like sharp edges on them and they kind of cut through the wood as opposed to sort of like grinding the wood out with those. Walking sticks, awesome, man. And the final kind of burr, well, there's other kinds of burrs, but the three main burrs are the diamond burrs as well. So you have the sort of like Kutzall burrs, cutter burrs, and diamond burrs, and then you have all the different shapes. I've just got heaps of them, eh? Look at this. This is ridiculous. Look at all these burrs. So you have lots of different burrs, and my three favourite burrs. Oh, g'day, Mark. How you going? It's nice and frosty up in Wellington, on the Kapiti coast. Three favourite burrs. These three here. Well, I've lost the last one. That's what happens when you've got so many burrs, you lose them. Okay, so I like the that flame burr and that one there, which is the fine taper burr and the fine sphere burr. Oh, it's warm. Right. So for those who don't know, I live in New Zealand. Carving it with a Dremel isn't big in New Zealand like it is in America, but some of us do it, myself and Mark, and there's a few others. So we'll put that flame burr on. Oh, that sounds hot. 100 degrees. It's just coming up to sort of like, see, our winter is June, July, August, and that's your summer, I guess, in America. So it's kind of like the opposite, isn't it? Right, okay. So when you first start off on a carving, you kind of want to block out. This flower is probably going to be a little bit different from, say, carving a wood spirit, because the block out is kind of like going quite deep into the wood, whereas sort of like carving like this, here's a finished one, you're sort of taking the background back first. Now, if you're a beginner, these kind of relief carvings are really easy to do. Well, not really easy, but they're a really great place to start, because you sort of, it's not too much to worry about. You sort of like take just levels of the wood back into the wood. So, and you can do it in a few different ways. You can do it with a Kutzall flame burr. Right. Okay, so I will turn this on. I've actually got a new setup on the dust table. Just turn the dust table on. All right, cool. That's good to hear, Josh. Right, so you can go into the background with either something like this or that. We'll try this first and then we'll have a look at the differences. So I'm sort of just going around the edge of the flower, just taking the background back. It all depends on how deep you want to go. Right. We're carving it around about how many RPM? Full RPMs, so that's about 35,000. Lots of people ask me the speed that I carve at, and I don't really worry too much about the speed. I just sort of like do what I kind of feel like. Sometimes I'll knock back the speed because it sounds so loud. It sounds, so sometimes I'll carve it like 30,000 RPM. Essentially what you got to do is you got to do what works. So if your wood's not carving that well, we'll just alter the speed, and then you can sort of see if that works. Okay, let's have a look at, hey Matt, the doctor says I can do light carving now, but I'm not allowed to do anything over 20 kgs. Oh, you'll be all right. Just use that basswood that I sent you. G'day, Raphael. How you going? I have a joke. Okay, here we go. What's the best way to carve? I don't know. What is the best way to carve? I'm not sure if that's supposed to be carve. Here we go. What is the best way to carve wood? I'm waiting for this answer. I'm suspecting this is a dad joke. Okay, we'll just carry on carving. I'm sure the answer will pop up soon. Okay, so let's use the cutter burr on this, and you'll see the difference. So you can sort of see on here, it's quite rough. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. Sorry about that. Whee. Okay, so I really like this burr for this kind of work. Whittle by whittle. Yeah, that's a dad joke. It's good though. Right, okay, so what you can see with this burr is it leaves really clean lines. And it's really, really nice to sort of, the background really kind of is flat. It's not sort of like really rough like that was the Kutzall flame burr, and this is the cutter burr. Nope, not going to be using a chisel with this piece. Just going to be using Dremel burrs. Yeah, so this burr is a Dremel burr. I've actually got a new packet of them. They're my favourite kind of Dremel burrs, and they are more expensive than a normal kind of cutter burrs. But I think, in my circumstance anyway, they are worth it because I use them a lot and they last a long time. Okay, so this wood is, if I get it right, it's Salu or something. It's from Fiji, and it's the equivalent of kauri here in New Zealand. It's probably the hardness of a harder basswood. You can sort of see it's really, really even. They use them for drawer, when you put in a drawer in a cupboard or something, the sides of the drawer, because it's a really stable wood. So, and there's not much knots or anything in it like that, and it's really, really even. Okay, I'll just have a look at these comments. Hi Matt, started carving with a Dremel just over a year ago. I appreciate all of your videos. They've helped a lot. I've watched a few other YouTubers, but stuck with you. Oh, that's very nice. I watch a lot of other YouTubers too. I think you can sort of like get a lot of information from everybody on YouTube. Everyone has their sort of like different approaches. I probably go a little bit more into sort of details on carvings, all those kind of things. Oh, g'day, Woodworker's Dilemma. I think it's Joe, isn't it? Get your name right. Woodworker's Dilemma has a YouTube channel. He did a live yesterday that was quite worth it. He's carving a turtle at the moment. Let's go and check that out. We have a lot of soft pine. Yeah, we've got a lot of pine over here. Some of it's hard and some of it's soft. Sometimes I find the easiest way to figure out if you can carve wood is just to carve it and see if it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, get some more of that. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get good wood materials. Yeah, it's like in New Zealand, I would love to carve in cottonwood bark or cedar, big blocks of cedar, but we just don't have that in New Zealand. But you know, you just got to make do with what you got sometimes. Now, I've had this burr for about a year. Are you going to try and carve a rose out of that basswood? Well, that'll be interesting. So Mark is talking about this basswood here. Like in New Zealand, we can't get basswood either. But off Amazon, I got this basswood off Amazon, and they sent it to New Zealand. Carved that. I think that was one of Alec Lacasse's YouTube videos where I carved that off his one. Because I'm not really a knife carver, so I just sort of follow other people's tutorials when it comes to knife carving. Yeah. So that's always an option, is going on to Amazon and getting basswood. Basswood is not the best for power carving because it tends to go a little bit furry. All right. What have we got here? So what am I going to do? Right. I was just going to see, actually, because I've had this one for about a year now, and I thought maybe I will get some new ones and see how sharp they are compared to that one. Just got to find some scissors to open this one up. These are expensive burrs. There's no doubt about it, but they are good. So, should we do a side-by-side comparison kind of thing? See what it's like. Yeah, Josh, it smells awesome, eh? Sometimes it gets a little bit overpowering after a while, though. That kind of sweet smell of cedar. Okay, so we've got, this is the old one on, and this is the new one. And actually, what else have I got? Okay, I got these burrs off Amazon. So we'll give those a go as well. G'day, Aidan. How you going? Right, and yep, I agree. I asked a question about burrs a few months ago, and you answered it, and I got me some Kutzall burr. only wood I had at the time was treated hardwood flooring. I don't recommend it. Yeah, that would be pretty full on. Right, so we got those burrs as well. So I give these two a run. This is a year old Dremel. This is straight out of the packet, this one. And we've got a cheap one off Amazon. Okay. Actually, my favourite wood to carve in is black walnut or Australian blackwood. It's kind of a little bit hard to carve, but it's got a beautiful finish. I know the guy over in Norway or Sweden, Jonas or something, he carves those quite amazing kind of birds, and he only puts a video out every month. He uses black walnut quite a bit. So this is the old Dremel one. Now I just put a medium amount of pressure on, run them all at the same speed. Oh, that one was definitely sharper, but still the old one is still handling it all right. Basic pendants. Oh, what do you mean by... I've done a few pendants actually. I don't think I've done any real basic ones. Okay, and this is a cheap one. Right, that one's actually quite nice. You know, so we'll carry on with this cheap one. Actually, what's nice about this one is you can sort of see it. It's a little bit wider, so we'll carry on with that one and see how that goes. Now I don't know how long this will last for, but it's quite nice when it's new. Now a lot of people carve hardwoods with cutter burrs. That's a good thing to do, and I've done that before. Yeah, that's always a good way to go. You can always make your carvings abstract if you're trying to do something. Okay. It seems to be quite hard going that way. Let's see if that one. Sometimes burrs can dull really quick. Yeah. See, that one's still... I think what's happening here is the style of the shape of the cutters are a little bit different. Sorry, I can hear something in the background that doesn't sound too good. I think it's gone now. Maybe something blowing up or something. Oh, you're in Scotland. Nice. You're always going to get sort of like when you're carving wood, it's going to be harder to carve in different ways. Oh, you've got some pink ivory. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what you'd carve that with. Be a bit like bone, I'd say. I can't. I've carved bone a long, long time ago when I was at school. I think they got us to do some bone carvings at school. So now we've kind of got this done. We kind of want to do sort of like maybe give it a little bit of shape. So you can sort of see on this one, the shape is they're not flat. They're sort of like going a little bit like that. Why don't you first cut all around the flower if you want the flower? Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. So I'm just doing a relief carving, so just like a flat carving. If you wanted, I'm not sure if I've got one. You could, like, if you just wanted the flower, yeah, you cut all the way around it, and I'd probably do it on a scroll saw or something like that, and then do that. The benefit of doing, I guess, sort of like a carving like this is it's more, it's I don't know, it's kind of like easier to do in softwood because it's not going to break that easily. So if you were to cut this out, it could break, I guess. And I tend to do sort of like cutouts in harder woods, and I turn them into brooches and things like that. Okay, so I'm just having a look at the. Oh, g'day, Amy Jo. How you going? Amy Jo's got a channel as well. Actually, Mark's got a channel as well. I haven't seen many videos from you, Mark. Actually, it's not until you start a channel that you realise, oh, it's actually quite hard work to make videos. Right, so you can sort of do, I guess, the shaping of these petals with any kind of bird that you kind of want. Actually, what we will do first is I'll go in hard with this is probably a little bit of overkill here. Just check out the wow, you did a boat from 3 years ago that I did. Yeah, that was actually ages ago, I think. I've done a few of those boats now. That's the boat he's kind of talking about, I think. Oh, maybe it was a boat brooch. I did a boat brooch as well. Okay, so what have we got going on here? Yes. Yeah, it's easy to sort of like, it's hard work making videos, Amy Jo. It's sort of every week, people kind of think, oh, that's only like a 5-minute video, but you spend ages doing it, thinking about it, and then putting it on the YouTube and writing your description and all those kind of things. And it's hard setting up the camera and all those things. So, yeah. I have never used some rust with vinegar to paint and protect the wood. No, I haven't. I haven't even heard of that. Okay, so Nancy, I don't think people can drop their channel in here, but I know Amy Jo's channel is called Amy Jo. And sorry. Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to something's happening outside. Yes, editing is very time consuming. Oh, lots of messages here. Yeah, so that's Drew. Amy Jo's got a channel. I think it's under her name, Amy Jo. Woodworkers Dilemmas got a channel, and that is under his name. Mark's got a channel. Oh, that's good to hear you tried the dragonfly as well. Yeah, that was quite hard to do that one. Oh, it's called an ebonizing solution. Oh, cool. Have to give that a go. Have you tried the Kutzall Flame Burr? Do you mean this one? Right, okay. So we will you can sort of see on this one here how the middle is kind of submerged a little bit, so this can sort of stick out. So we'll do that now. Oh, you mean the Dremel one? No, I haven't actually. I saw Geordie on the Carving Fusion tried it. He had some interesting things to say about it. Uh, yeah. How about yourself? What do you think about the Dremel sort of flame burr? Okay, just gonna turn off a machine. It's making a bit too much noise. Right, okay, I'll have a look at these comments. Now, I haven't tried that Dremel flame burr, but a long time ago they did actually bring out these burrs as well, and they mustn't have sold very well because they actually I bought them on sale and they were like $4 each, so I bought them and they're actually really good, but they don't make them anymore. So I'm not sure. Maybe all they see is all the people using them on YouTube and all of that, and they thought they'd try and make some more of them. Oh, you're not impressed with it? It's okay. Yeah, I think the people at Kutzall make these, and I think they just, they're not sort of like mass produced or anything like that. So, what else have we got here? What size shank does that burr have? Okay, so this burr here, that will have a 3.1 millimeter shank or a 1/8 millimeter shank. Now, they fit into your Dremel, like your normal collet, and it will also fit into that multi-chuck one as well. When you're buying Kutzall ones, they come in 1/8 or 1/4. The 1/4 ones are huge, so don't buy those. They look like this. They look like that. So yeah, there's no way a 1/4 shank will fit into anything on a Dremel. Right, okay, so I'm not scamming you, Matt. All you have to do is take some of the rust and put it in vinegar, wait a few days, and you get great wood paint protector. I'm subscribed to your channel now. Oh, thank you very much. And yeah, that sounds quite cool. Does it leave a colour as well? That's what would be my question. Amy Joseph just woke up from a nap. How many RPMs do you use? I tend to use 30,000 RPM most of the time. I might slow it down for like sanding and stuff like that, depending on what the burr is. So if you're using a burr like this, what you're going to be doing is you're going to have to slow that down, I find, because it's bigger, and so when it's spinning, it just sounds a little bit off. And like a sanding pad like this, you're going to be slowing that down. I think I slow that down to about 10,000 to 15,000 RPM, just because it's bigger as well. And yeah, those kind of things. Right. After trying the Kutzall, they are the best burrs. Not as many options. Do you have links to Amazon if buying? You can. Have I got links to them? I don't think I've got links on my description page to them, but if you go, oh yeah, it's quite hard to explain. I'm going to have to sort that out actually. But you can go onto my description, follow an Amazon link, right? And then go from that Amazon link to look for Kutzall burrs. And what happens then is I still get the affiliate benefits if you buy something else. I use those as well. I tried that and it's actually pretty good. I was surprised. Did you get your Dremel Aiden feature? Did you get your Dremel issues sorted out? Not sure. Oh, yep. Aiden fixed his Dremel issue. Yeah, like there's no tool that is great. They all have their problems. So a lot of people ask me whether they should try just using like a Win one or something like that, and they can be really good as well. Sometimes it's sort of like a cost analysis benefit. If you can think of it like that, you might be able to, in New Zealand, maybe a Dremel is like 200 and a Win is like $30 or something, and you might get so much life out of that one. Who knows? I just go for Dremel mainly because everyone in the world can kind of buy Dremel, hopefully, and so that's kind of why I use Dremel, because it's kind of like a standard. Okay. What is that burr called? I'm not sure which one you mean. Okay, so this is a flame burr. That burr there was called, this is just I think it's POLIWELL sanding disc burr, and that other one there was a rotor saw from Kutzall. Okay, right. American made quality. Yeah, well, you know, they are quality. I've never had a problem with them. I know some people had a problem with them a while back with the shanks breaking. But it's really hard to tell what people, they contact me and they'll say the shank broke, but I just don't know what they've done because the message is really kind of like not basic, but just short. And I say the shank broke. I wasn't doing anything extra. And you don't know whether they've got the shank right out here and we're putting a lot of pressure on, which is going to break things. Lots of questions. Okay. Oh, yep. Yeah, so that one there, I have got it in the description as well. So essentially, I quite like it because a lot of the sanding kind of things that you get, well, the Dremel ones, I hardly ever use those drum ones that Dremel bring out. So these are some other kind of sanding bits that you can use. So you sort of see that this sort of goes down like that, right? And this one is a flap sander, and that one is the same. But this one is a little bit different because it's sort of like a disc, so it's going onto the wood like that. And I just find it a lot more controllable. Yeah, yeah, John. You don't. I find it like if you go over really, really fast, it just sort of like it doesn't quite work that one. And I've got another one here that I use. Now, you can't buy this on Amazon, and I don't know how you'd buy it. I've only found them in New Zealand. But I'll show you what happens if you put the speed up too much. Okay, so on this one, you'll just see, hopefully you'll see it on this one. Right, we'll start off at 5. So that's 5,000. That's about 15. And that's full speed. And you can sort of see, I don't know whether you could hear it or not, but because the noise cancelling's on, but the pad sort of like goes a little bit funny as well. Now, this is quite funny on this one, because this one here has got a really, it's actually quite a nice one to use, this one on smaller areas. But this one here is really, really soft. So I will start on 5 and I'll show you what happens. Now I only go up to about 10 on this one. So that's about just over 10. And it's 15. And so you see that's what happens is the foam just sort of like distorts. But it's a really nice one to use as well. I'll put it up to 35. Usually the sanding disc flies off. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, the sanding disc fell off there. Right. Just looking back at the comments. See you later, Domingo. Got a view to call in. Good luck with that flower, Matt. Yeah, I don't know. I'll finish it really, to be honest. Right. Okay, lots of comments. Matt, what's that you're using name? Yeah, this is probably comments. Once I've gone back, I don't know I can't remember what I was using at that time. Yeah, the drum sander, I hardly ever use that drum sander one. I've got heaps of them too. Right, okay. That thing broke into a dance party, it sure did. Yeah. Alright, let's get this. Let's carry on with this flower, eh? Okay. So we've got that sort of like middle sort of depth created there. And when we've still got the lines here, I like to go back in here and just put the petals back in. So we'll do that next. Just trying to decide on a burr. I'm going to use lots of different burrs today just to show you a lot of different kind of burrs. So this is a burr from Kutzall. It's quite nice for doing straight lines. I can't say I use it a lot. You know, if you're into buying burrs, just buy all of the Kutzall ones, and you'll probably use some of them, not all of them. But if you don't have a lot of money and you want to buy 3 Kutzall burrs, those 3 that I showed at the start are really good. So we're just putting the lines on. Okay, just got to turn on my dust extractor. I'll show you my dust. Yeah, so I've got this new system here. So I used to have a shop vac going into that, but the shop vac blew up, and so I bought this beast. Look at it, it's massive. So I'm about that height. So turn that on. So it's a little bit kind of less noisy than a shop vac. Yeah, cheers, Mark. Yeah, as like I spend a lot of time in my workshop, and that's how I make money. Is do wooden jewelry and all of that kind of stuff. So I do spend a bit of money on trying to get good equipment and all of that. And my wife's always on to me about I got to protect my lungs, which is quite correct. You know, I also work as a firefighter, so I'm sort of exposed to a lot of smoke and carcinogens and all that kind of stuff. So, you got to protect yourself. Your first line of protection, though, is your dust mask. So we've got those lines in, so we can tell where all the petals are. Yeah, your mask mark is your first line of defense. It is the best thing you can wear to. It's the best out of everything to eliminate dust from your lungs. I have not used ruby bits. Um, I can't really get them that easy in New Zealand. I've thought about sort of like getting some from overseas, but the shipping over to New Zealand is just a killer. So essentially, what I'm doing now is I'm just giving the pedals a little bit of shape. So I've done sort of like that shape on that one. So I might do the opposite on this one. Well, a different kind of shape on this one, just to give it sort of like a little bit of interest. And so this is really like the roughing out stage. That pedal is really big compared to the other pedals. Might have to change that. Oh, we'll just carry on though. Oh yeah, gloves are a bit of a contentious issue. Uh, after I put that video on, I got lots of comments saying I should be wearing gloves and all of that kind of stuff. And actually, sometimes I do wear gloves, and depends what I'm carving. If I'm carving something tiny, I'll wear a leather glove. But most of the time, I do not wear gloves. But yeah, if you're going to wear gloves, wear a leather glove. and don't wear those real soft kind of leather gloves. Wear kind of like a hard leather glove. Yep, that'll break the flex shaft, is wearing a glove and then it gets caught in there. Yeah, I lost a lot less skin after you started wearing gloves. Yeah, I think it's one of those things if you start to learn sort of where where the dangerous areas are, like I would say, don't do this where you leave your burr on the table, because it can sometimes just go on there and then fly across and hit you in the hand. It's always dangerous, sort of like if you're going like this and having your hand up there, because it's in the sort of like area where you're going to go, because it's rotating like this, so it's wanting to go that way. But you'll see me, I'll carve quite close to my thumb there, but this is a fine taper burr, a fine spare burr as well, so it's never really going to cut you that much. The extreme ones will. Oh, you've got a callus on your finger. You must be carving a lot. I've got nice soft hands. Look at those. Doesn't actually look like I've been working at all. I don't know how I keep them. I don't even. My wife puts all moisturizer on her hands. She says I've got nicer hands than her. Maybe I should go and get a real job. A real man's job. But I guess I just I've got good skin. Maybe, I don't know. Right. So moving along. So Dremel bring out two kind of taper burrs. They bring out this one here, which is more of like a cone, and they bring out that one there. Both pretty good. If I was to pick between these two, I'd choose this one, just because it's better at detail. Because oh yeah, maybe it's the sawdust. Maybe it's all oils in the wood. Ah, cheers. Yeah, so you got your knee. Yeah. Um, I think I've dropped the Dremel in my lap once. Quite scary. Luckily, I was wearing kind of like quite full-on kind of trousers, so nothing happened. But I do remember jumping up pretty quick. Ah, see, this is what can happen. On this one, sometimes it does get loose. Probably didn't tighten it up enough. Oh, do you mean cactus? So no wood carving. That's what I'm doing now. I guess some people consider wood carving only to be chisel carving. That's fine if they want to do that. But yeah, no, this is power carving on wood. Well, I kind of stuffed that up there. See that leaf, that petal needs to be below that leaf petal. People calling them petals. Yeah, I'm not enjoying this burr. I think I need something a little bit. Yeah, you don't repeat yourself after you. I can't say I've dropped the Dremel in my lap again. Yeah, I've got a apron, a real hardcore kind of canvas one, which is quite good. Yeah, I think you're in the same generation as me, Mark. Probably. I'm 53 now. I think you're a little bit younger though. I feel like you're a little bit younger than me. Right. Just trying to figure out what I'm going to use. How long have I been doing this for? Probably about 4 years, maybe 5. I think I got good because I started a YouTube channel and I carve every week to do that certain thing. But I also do a lot of kind of clay work and wax work for people. And I work at a foundry where I sort of sometimes I'll be I guess making stuff out of wax to turn into bronze and all of those kind of things, and fixing things up in bronze wax. You're only 45. You're young. How to replace parts on the Dremel flex shaft? That is pretty tough. Do you mean like these internal parts in here? I actually pulled it apart once on a live, I think. Yeah, that's a tough ask because I don't think I know in New Zealand you can actually buy parts for your Dremel, but you know, like a flex shaft usually lasts me about 2 years. Oh yeah, Aiden. Yeah, we're both pretty young, I reckon. Yep, I use glasses a lot. Well, I wear glasses anyway, but I don't know. I've never had something fly out of a Dremel. Um, Nothing's come off. Even like if this Dremel bit becomes loose, you should sort of like be aware of what's happening. And so a lot of people say to me, their Dremel bit came out of the Dremel and hit them. And I think the only reason why I would do that is if you're pulling on it like this when it's loose. Because like, look at this, it's sort of like, if I loosen this off, right, this is loose. It's just going to sit there, you know. But if you pull it out like that, you know, so you just got to be aware. You can sort of feel it when it gets loose as well, and that's on both sort of like your multi chuck and your normal chuck. You just got to be aware of things when they're happening. You got to be like in tune with your Dremel, I guess, you know. And a lot of people sort of like say that about chisel carving. You get to know your tool really well, and that's true. Oh, actually, that's true, Mark. I've actually had that happen, but I don't tend to use those drum bits. I guess they're kind of little bits of paper, so they're not going to cause you too much damage. You're going to stick into your eye or anything, but you wouldn't want them to hit your eye. Now this burr that I'm using here, this is called a bowl burr, and it's actually got like I'll try and focus it there, got like a little bit of a bowl that happens in there. Sawdust in your eye. Yeah, I've been hit by chips. You know, sometimes when you're like you wear glasses, it can go underneath the glasses. That can hurt. So these bowl burrs are quite cool, like those ones there. Another cool burr is, I get asked a lot about these. These are the T-shaped burrs, and I really like those. They're really good for undercuts. They have a real sharp edge to them, so you've got to kind of watch what you're doing though. Yeah, I'll do some undercuts with these. Yeah, situational awareness, that's a good name for it. It's important with your tools, and it's all, you know, it's just to, I don't know, take things slowly as well. You see people have bandsaw accidents and they're just going really, really fast, usually, and those kind of things. I always try and have certain rules for certain machines that I will never break. Like my hands are not going to go past a certain point on like a table saw or something like that. You can get real nice undercut with these. Right. What I might do now is I might just do a couple of petals and just show you, because if I do all of them, we're going to be here all day. And for a lot of you, it's probably getting a little bit late at night. If I did all the petals, you'd probably wake up and I'd be still carving. No, I don't think it'll be that bad, but Okay, I'll just read a couple of these comments. Okay, they always flick away just as you're reading them. Okay, you used a large sanding disc that fitted to the contour of the bowl you're making recently. Do you get them for the Dremel? It flexes into shape. No, that one fits onto an angle grinder. Now, I will talk about that. Actually, I'll talk about it now. This is it here. This is called a contour sander. It's brought out by Arbortech. It fits onto an angle grinder. Now, it contours through. Now, one of the reasons why you'd buy this is because if you're carving a lot of bowls, odd shaped bowls as well. You know, to be honest, I haven't used this much. The Arbortech are very expensive tools. I bought it to sand the inside of a big boat that I was turning into bronze, so I could justify the price of it. But for your average carver, I wouldn't buy this. And also, what else have we got from Arbortech? This is my favorite tool from Arbortech. It is the ball gouge. Now, I wouldn't buy this unless you were carving bowls, and I think a lot of spoon carvers use it with, well, power carving spoon carvers. So, yeah. Expensive tools. If you like me, you like buying tools. Sometimes they're fun to buy. Sometimes you get lots of tools and then you don't use them. Yep, definitely needs goggles. Yeah. It's coming on midnight in Scotland. Whew. You're just waiting on the district nurse. Yeah, so in New Zealand, the time is, what is the time, Mark? About 10, just after 10 in the morning on a Monday morning. So yes, we're ahead in the world. I would say it probably doesn't fit a everyday drill. No. Oh, you got no work tomorrow, Aidan. Awesome. 10:40 a.m. Yeah. What are we up to with this? Now I'm not getting very far on this flower. Keep on looking at the comments. Okay. We might just round off this middle part here. What I might do today is I might just do this, and then I will call it a day because I think it's going over an hour now. Had lots of people commenting, so been kind of answering those. It's quite nice to answer questions as well. Nah, it's all good, man. It's nice to answer questions. I could just ignore them if I wanted to. That basswood, Mark, it's good to power carve, but it just is really furry. So, yeah, basswood is like that. Oh, yeah. Where did I put that other flower? You can see how strong this suction table is. You sort of like, man, I lost the other flower. I was going to show you something on it. Okay. No. That's what happens when you get a bit older. You lose things really easily. Ah, there it is. This flower here, see the little round things there? This that was done by using those bowl burrs, which is quite cool. Oh, cheers, man. Yeah, that's to Dulce Death. Dulce Death. Yeah, I try and talk in it because it's a little bit boring sometimes when you're just carving. So, yeah, so those bulbers are really good for doing those little bits and flowers or eyeballs or things like that. So I'll give you a little bit of a demonstration on how those do. They just go in like that. And see if I can get a bit closer with the camera. Oh, sweet. Sweet there. Nice. Oh, that's a bit too close. That's pretty good. So essentially you just go in and you just try and make them not look too manufactured. Go over them. Anyway, something like that. Can you recommend a Dremel? Well, I can't compare them all because the only Dremel that I've ever carved with is a Dremel 4000. And I know a lot of other people carve with a Dremel 4000 and that seems to do the job. I think like I I do have a Dremel 3000 and it would probably be okay as well, but it just doesn't seem to be as powerful. So I'd recommend the Dremel 4000. The Kutzall Burr set will be at the house next Wednesday. I plan to destroy some wood starting out. Awesome. Well, relief carvings are a good place to start. I got the 3000 to start with. I'm Scottish and cheap. But yeah, the 4000 is probably way better. Yeah, I think the 4000 is good. It's like a general kind of rotary tool. I know some people will recommend the ones above it, but they're probably doing um, sort of carvings that are a little bit in harder woods and all. Maybe I don't know. Actually, I carve harder woods than with the Dremel 4000 as well. So, what do we got here? Right. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. Yeah, so you can sort of like carve lots of different things. Relief carving. I'm probably going to end the. We'll just stop and chat for a little bit. Okay, I just turned off the dust extractor. Carved this as well. This is quite a nice one. It's a nice eagle. It's sort of like got. I do them all in the same kind of size, just so they're kind of like tiles almost. You got a cheap one from the warehouse? Cool. I know a lot of people carve with cheap ones, but they're all a little bit varied. So I tend to carve with a Dremel just so everyone can kind of sort of relate to it. Yeah, so that one's quite nice. I think I've got another flower somewhere. Oh, yeah. There's another flower. So you can sort of carve all different kinds of flowers. I've sort of gone in kind of quite flowing with that one. That's carved in the same wood. Kutzalls are like a new set of teeth. Gnash away. Yep. They're quite expensive in New Zealand, Kutzalls. I have got some saber-tooth ones as well. People ask me which are the best. I prefer Kutzall, but you know, in the end, if you can get saber-tooth ones and you can't get Kutzall ones, just get the saber-tooth ones. I don't know how they compare in price. But has anyone got any other questions? They don't last as long, but I can build one out of 2 broken tools. Right. Yeah, the Dremel 4000 is what I'm using right at this moment. I'll show you it here. So I've got the Dremel 4000. I actually got 2 of them here. So I've got 2 flex shafts. And so if you're just starting out, you want to kind of buy a flex shaft as well. So the flex shaft is this thing here that goes down. So it's a little bit easier to use. It's more like a pen. That's actually the 3000 there. So I just tend to have that set up with my drill bit in it. Ooh. Okay, just looking through all the comments. How long does it take to get them to look as cool as yours? Actually, I'm taking out you looking at this one, or maybe that other flower there. They don't take too long, especially these relief carvings. It's got a nice wood as well. It's not going to take too long, a few hours maybe. They're expensive in Scotland. I can get a set of 3 cheap ones from Amazon for the price of 1 Kutzall. So in Scotland, do you buy off the American Amazon or do you buy off the UK Amazon? Saber-tooth bears in Ireland is €20. It's €20 flame burr. How many years? I'm not sure what that's for. It was £30 for a flame burr. It's £70 for 3. Yeah, that's quite expensive. I have never used the Dremel stylo. I think the Dremel stylo is probably only good for sort of like engraving. It's probably good for sort of like this stuff that I do on the table. I've done quite a few kind of ones on the table. These are really nice for beginners as well. It's almost like drawing, but you're just sort of just putting in low kind of cuts into the wood. So I've done that, and there is a dragon there as well. And Mark will be familiar with those 2 there because he sent me the patterns. Mark is very good at drawing, so he sent me the patterns of those 2. Haven't actually done anything on the table for quite a while. Should do one of those. No, I haven't. Yeah, Mark, I haven't carved on any more on the table. I have an old model 395. Oh, you have a boom arm fashioned on your tripod. That's a great solution. Yeah, so Woodworker's Dilemma has a channel as well, and probably he's very keen to look at this boom here because he's always keen on how other people still like film. So essentially, I've got a tripod. This costs about $100. Get one with one of these because it's easier to adjust the height on one of those than it is to adjust 3 legs. I've got settings on the legs as well, but I just attach that boom onto the connector that you get for the camera. So Jimmy rigged it on there, and that goes across like that and onto one of these that I bought. You can buy cheap ones of these, and your phone sits in there, and a lot of people don't realize it's actually quite hard to carve with a camera right in front of your face as well. So I hope that helps you. Yeah, you'd be surprised how quick you'll pick it up. Yep. The UK, you buy them from the UK Amazon. So US charges are terrible postage. You see, in New Zealand, I buy it from the American Amazon, but I buy them. There's a thing, if you buy over 49 American dollars worth of stuff, you get free shipping, but that's only on certain things. So I tend to buy only things that are on that free charge part for shipping. Beautiful table work, thank you very much. Yeah, the dragon is quite spectacular. It was fun doing that one. Never thought about my table. I'll wait till the missus isn't here and surprise her. Well, once I fill the first aid box up. Yeah, it's actually fun carving on your table. It's actually, like I thought it would get really rough and sort of wouldn't look as good after a while, but it's sort of just kind of aged in there as well, you know. It looks quite nice. I use like a black wax on it, and every once in a while, if I want to, I can go over with black wax and it'll sort of make it look new again. If we all keep talking, he can't leave. I've got to leave. I've got to do some work. That is awesome setup. Never thought about doing that with the tripod. Oh, do you have a channel as well, Carol? Beautiful. I love dragons. Yeah, dragons are fun to carve. What else? Keep all my old carvings in here. I think I've got a dragon in here somewhere. There you go. Carved that one a while ago. That's what happens. They all get very dusty. I love carving the Celtic kind of carvings. That's another kind of relief one. That's a bit sort of like more, I guess, 3-dimensional. Yeah, that was carved in I think that's a piece of mahogany. But what else have we got? Another nice way to carve a dragon is just this. And what I do is sometimes, like, well, for YouTube, you don't have to do this, is I go onto the internet and I will find a pattern that I like, and I might just alter it so I'm not, I sort of get the idea of what they're doing, and then I'll alter it. I think this was a figure 8 of a dragon, and I thought, oh yeah, that looks pretty cool, but I altered it quite a bit. It's you know, a generalized kind of Celtic kind of design. I've got the Book of Cows. Yep, I've got that book. Yeah. So all of these pieces are from old videos. I tend to keep them all because it's kind of good talking point and lives and all of that. You have a channel but no videos yet. Not Your Daddy's Woodworking. That's a cool name. Should have guessed it. Very nice. Yeah. I think actually somebody suggested I should have a look at that book, and I just bought it on a secondhand book site. It's pretty good. You got to be very careful though that when you're doing YouTube kind of stuff, that you don't copy somebody's thing completely, or you alter it quite a bit so you don't break any rules, copyright rules. Did you see the black skull in that box? There's a couple of skulls in here actually, I think. This skull, it's not real. It's a 3D printed one. You can sort of see it here. It's made out of that kind of plastic stuff. A friend who did made my computer up, I said, "Oh, that's a cool skull," and he said, "Yeah, he just printed it out and I could have it." So that was cool. And you know, you can always do a two-dimensional skull as well. There you go. I've got so many skulls in here. Here's another skull. That skull is made out of skateboard wood, so I just laminated them all together. Actually, what are the ones? Actually, this is a cool skull. This is made out of a, you know, oh, geez, my mind's going blank. You know, when the wood is got all those sort of like bills in them and all that kind of stuff, and holes. I just quite liked that, so I turned it into a skull, and yeah, and I painted that eyeball thing and put that in there. I quite like the fact that it's only got one eyeball. Got some gnarly teeth. Don't think I've got any other skulls in here. Which, yeah, so pretty much I broke my Viking boat the other day. There's an owl. Ah, somebody was asking about pendants. There's a couple of pendants that I did recently. Infinity rings or whatever they call them. Yep, everyone likes Celtic stuff, Mark. Okay. Yeah, so I've got quite a few videos now, hey? So, Joe, you could do the Viking one he showed earlier. Showed so many Viking ones, I've forgotten which one that is. Well, everyone seems to like Viking stuff. Guess that's my next video after the rows I'm drawing at the moment. Yes, I would like to see a video, Mark. Yeah, good to see you. Can get back into carving again. Right, I've got stuff to do, and I'm going to go and do it now. So, hey, thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you in the next video. Let me know if you like these kind of lives, and I can do more lives as well. Probably just one a week or something like that. Cheers, and good night to Scotland. Sweet death. Thank you, I enjoyed it. Thanks, Matt. Evening all. Okay, we'll see you all on another video. Okay, bye everybody.